Over in Oklahoma City, 3 rioters are arrested for terrorism. Quote, "This is not Seattle," says county attorney.
I love that he actually said that.
I'm glad he did.
Me too.
Man.
It's like, yeah,
finally, right?
This is where, regular Americans live. Nah.
Look,
go to Seattle if you want some of that stuff.
So, I mean, look, let's be real. This is the story.
Yeah.
Right? We don't need to go too much in detail, but I'm not going to. I don't need to read.
And that's it. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe.
No, but what
Thanks
I mean
for tuning in.
This is we don't. What I'm saying is I don't need to read through here and tell you the names of the people and how they Chaz and all that
the
stuff.
Specifics. Yeah, you're right.
The news here is finally something is being done.
Yes.
Finally, you've got people who are saying like, you see this huge book in my right hand, wham, right in the face.
Boom.
You know that comic, that meme of Batman smacking Robin?
Yes.
That's what it feels like. They're like, we're peacefully wham with the book. They go flying.
That's
Finally.
not a peaceful protest.
And
look,
this is not the only case. I mean, I don't have anything offhand, but I'm seeing it all over the place.
The DOJ.
Where people are just like, no more. We're done with this.
The DOJ announced 4 people being charged over the Andrew Jackson. One of them got arrested. They executed a warrant. They tracked this person down. Man, these people they're dangerously insane.
Yep.
And I don't mean that to be disrespectful to people. I'm not trying to disparage the differently abled. I mean, quite literally, these people are being preyed upon by extremists. Mm-hmm. And we see this with what happened in Louisville. Because you heard about what happened in Louisville, right?
I'm not sure what happened.
So this guy who's clearly unwell was a part of the riots, a part of the protests in the park. Is an occupation-style protest.
Okay.
And all these people are like, it's a peaceful protest in Louisville. They're just camping. This guy was arrested twice. I mean, it was twice, right?
Yeah, it was twice.
For rioting charges.
Okay.
All right. And he's handcuffing himself. He's doing this activism. So apparently he gets into a fight with some people in the park with the peaceful protesters who had previously been arrested for rioting.
Okay.
They throw him out. And so he walks, he's at the edge of the park and he takes a handgun and he fires twice in the air and then just aims and starts firing randomly into the park.
Oh, man.
Killed a photographer. Shot in the face. And then some other people returned fire, I guess, hit him in the leg and took him down. And then he came and got arrested. This guy was one of the activists with Black Lives Matter who had been arrested for rioting. And he had a gun. He had 2 mags. And apparently when he was arrested the first time, they caught him with the weapons.
Really?
And they released him, apparently.
Really?
This is what I read. And I could be wrong, so make sure you guys fact check me on this one. I read that when he was arrested, the police arrested him with this firearm. My understanding, it was legal. It was legal, though.
Okay.
And so I don't know what the argument is here, but he got released. He got released and he had his weapon, and he is insane. He's criminally, deranged dude.
Wow.
I tell you, I don't know, man. I feel like that. How did he end up with this weapon? A lot of people on the left think it's a conspiracy. They're like, no, the police staged this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? The guy's crazy. Everyone knew who he was. People in the park were talking about it. They're like, we know who this guy is. So he's only been charged with murder and wanton endangerment.
What?
How does this guy not get charged with terrorism?
Yeah, right.
I guess because the motive was just like passion crime. The thing about these people in Oklahoma City, which is interesting, is that terrorism is the political motivation. It's like almost like a hate crime.
Yeah.
Hate crime is about identity. Terrorism is about ideology. So these people commit a crime to push an ideology. You get locked up.
Mm-hmm. It feels like Black Lives Matter has like 4 different tendrils coming out, and everyone at the ends of each one are so drastically different about how they do things and what they believe. It feels like they're not the same group at all.
Well, this is part of far left tactics. It's called the diversity of tactics. And in my opinion, it's a way to manipulate, dopey, lefty, regular Americans who are stupid and don't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So what happens is oftentimes you'll see these protests where, doofy old Americans are bopping about with their little pink hats on, holding up little signs that say nonsensical things like ban assault rifles. Yeah. You're like, those are already banned anyway.
Illegal already.
Yeah, and so they don't even know what they're protesting for. In order to weaponize that ignorance, they tell these people, if you see someone committing crime, you have to respect the diversity of tactics. That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
That's crazy, yeah.
You know why that's insane? Imagine if you were like going to war and one general is like, I am going to mass my troops on these 2 fronts and move forward and crush their capital. And the other side, they're like, we should send our troops to defend this, or we should also send our troops to the sea or to the desert. It's like, wait, hold on. We have no plan. There's no diversity of tactics. We need tactics to use. You can't just randomly do things.
Right.
The reason they do that is it's an excuse that sounds like it makes sense. And that way they can manipulate these people who are unwell and stupid into doing what they actually need. So the reality is the diversity of tactics they claim is actually just they're tricking you into being the shields for their violence.
Yep, exactly.
So there have been stories about this where they'll these activists plan this out. They'll say, we're going to have a big group of people who are just going to be holding up signs. We need to lead them into this street illegally so they get arrested. 2 reasons. The first, they want these people to get arrested so that it radicalizes them. They get angry. They say, I don't understand. Why am I being arrested? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm protesting. Then these organizations say, we'll bail you out, right? We're here for you.
Okay.
And the other issue is it creates a massive disturbance.
Do you think that's what happened in St. Louis? You think someone did that?
For what?
Led them into because it was a private street that they went through the gate. You know, the two most famous Americans right now.
Let's pull this up.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
right.
the St. Louis.
Yeah, so it was a private lot. They went through a private gate that said no trespassing. They just went through and they were yelling. All the videos of them yelling, "We're on the sidewalk. We're in the street."
Yep.
But it was a private street that they weren't allowed to be on.
And the organizers, I would be willing to bet, knew this.
I'm sure, yeah.
So they were going to the mayor's house. You guys may have seen this story. You got this. There's memes going crazy.
Oh man,
about this couple.
They're delicious.
With his rifle and her handgun, and they have no idea how to hold weapons or use them. There's several points where he actually he muzzles his wife. He points the gun at her. And
really?
Yeah, he's not paying attention. It's like he's just pointed at her. And there's a couple times
it's loaded
where
too,
she's behind him and she's like this with her gun pointed at his head too. Like, did your fingers
are you sure
on the
it's
trigger?
not just the camera optics showing
that? It looks
that's what
like it does look like she.
It looks like she's standing way far behind him though. So
no, they're standing next to each other. There's video where it's like she's standing behind him like this. And it looks,
and she has her finger on the trigger.
Yeah,
she has her finger. Yeah,
I mean,
and there's also photos.
I think they were prepared to shoot these people, though. In all honesty, so it's
there's a video of her walking towards. It looks like the crowd with the gun pointed.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. Private property, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It's confirmed by everybody.
It is, yeah.
This is a private community. It's gated. You need a key to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
The way the couple explained it is that it's like. He claims, I guess, or with some resident, as soon as you walk in that gate, it's like being in someone's living room.
Wow.
Legally.
Oh, okay.
The argument being that we can just shoot you.
Yeah.
You just broke in.
Legally, they could have, right?
So
that's what I was reading.
That's the big debate happening right now. Of course, all these lefty publications are like, "Oh, they're going to go to jail. That was criminal."
Against peaceful protesters that were breaking into their living room, basically.
Yeah.
Breaking into their community.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you can legally argue that a private street constitutes your living room.
Well, weren't they yelling that they were going to kill him?
That's what the couple said. The couple said that the guy said that he was having dinner on his patio, and these people started trying to break in because you need a key.
Yeah,
that's what's been reported. Okay, so you know if it's not true, that's just what it was written by a local outlet.
Okay,
so they break in. The gate wasn't smashed at first, but at some point did get smashed up. I don't know why. And he said at first he told him this is private property, you can't come in here. And they started yelling things at him like, F you, we'll burn your house down, we'll kill you, things like that. Now, we've heard that stuff before.
Yep.
Look in New Mexico. I don't remember exactly what that guy yelled. It may have been like, he's going to kill you or we're going to kill you. It's hard to know what he said.
Yeah.
But we've heard people yell these things about threatening the lives of other people. So these are people
not only that, they are seeing people actually beat people up. People are actually being assaulted and by rioters. Yeah, exactly. By their own people. Right, exactly.
But nobody knew. You got a video coming out of Louisville where a guy's standing on the edge of the park, just firing into the crowd.
Right.
So when a group of people start coming in, and these two people said that they looked like they said they were armed. These people had weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They went and got their weapons.
Yep.
But back to the main point you mentioned about a lot of these people not knowing it. These people who marched had no idea, none whatsoever.
Probably not.
And you know what's crazy? They could have gotten killed.
Yep.
These kids, you know what, man? Stupid games. These kids don't understand what they're getting themselves into. And so you have in the Chaz now the 5th shooting in I think 5 or 6 days. 5th. And it was like 2 kids.
Yeah, dude.
It was 16 and 14 years old, right?
Yep.
It's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Little kids are getting hit.
Well, they were driving a car, something happened. They said the activists are like, "Oh, they rammed the barrier or something."
Well, they were trying to claim, and there's a lot of videos of them talking about how the white SUV was driving around in circles, shooting into the Chaz.
I didn't hear that though in the live stream.
So,
maybe.
I've seen different videos. There's many different videos from different viewpoints, and it doesn't prove anything because each thing is kind of a different instance. You're already hearing gunshots go off, so
right.
things are already happening. But in that video that we watched earlier, you clearly hear a gun from a fairly heavy rifle going off, pop, 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 and then you hear the SUV hitting the barricade. I don't know.
There's also a video where
Summer of Love.
There's a video where 3 guys are walking, and they're like, "If you want to be safe, get to the police precinct now." It was like, "This is your last warning," and then all of a sudden you hear pops, and they run towards it. Did they know this was going to happen? Why were they telling people, like, get to the police precinct now if you want to be safe? This is your last warning. Last warning for what? Why? What was about to happen? 10 seconds later, gunshots. They run towards them. What did they know? Maybe nothing. Maybe it was just coincidence. But I'll tell you what, you get a video like that, you get a video like Louisville, and then you have these 2 people sitting in their house when a mob breaks their gate down.
Yep.
Okay, little exaggerated. At some point, the gate got broken down. But they're entering private property.
Opened somehow. It didn't get...
And there's a sign saying no
Yeah, in the
trespassing.
video, it's just open. It's not broken or anything, but they clearly got in there.
No, the photos that were taken later showed it was just...
Yeah, later on, but people were already in there. When it showed the people walking through the gate was fine at that point.
So here's what I see happening, right? You have these people go on Facebook or whatever, and their friends are like, "Are you going to come down to protest? Because we're going to go protest the mayor." And they're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. I totally want to protest." And they show up, and then they're handed a sign, because typically they'll make a bunch of signs and hand them out. And then you get these really dumb, 20-somethings who are like, "I'm mad about something I've never researched. I'm mad about something I've never researched."
That's so accurate, though.
And then the
That is it right there.
Then the organizers open up the gate to a private lot, and they go, "Right this way, my friends." And they're like, "Yeah, I'm mad. I have no idea where I'm going."
But you go ahead. I'm going to wait out here on the legal, where we're legally allowed to protest. I'm sure that's what happened, too.
And then why are these people yelling? It's a public street. Because they have no idea what's happening around them.
Exactly.
It's dangerous, man.
But it's very clear, the no trespassing sign.
Yep.
It's on it's right in the front of the gate. It's like no trespassing. It's the only
I'll
sign on the gate.
Let me tell you a story, man. When I was like 16, I think, I got asked by some chick off like MySpace or something to come with her to a protest.
Okay.
It was an Iraq war protest, I think, in Chicago.
Okay.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down. I hate the war, right?"
Yeah, sure. I want to get laid.
Well, no, for me, I was like,
I'm just messing with you, man. Go ahead.
I was like, dude, I was punk rock. I was writing all these punk rock songs, and I was like, yeah, F war. Ugh.
Yeah.
And so I showed up, and we like marched around and like the loop or whatever. Some far lefty, dudes. Maybe I can't remember how old. Maybe I was 17 or 18. But these like far lefty types in all black were shoving cops, knocking them down. And like the bleeding heart type hippie liberals who were organizing it got angry, and they were like, stop, don't do this, and like pushed him away and like helped the cop back up. We marched around, and then finally we got to, I think it was Grant Park, Millennial Park, whatever they named it, I don't know.
Okay.
And then someone announced the protest is now going to join the teachers strike. And I was like, what?
The what now?
The teachers, college professors were striking at a nearby university. So they were like, everybody go join them. And I was like, what? I was like, I don't care about their salaries.
Yeah,
I'm talking about war in a foreign country. They all went up and joined them.
Wow.
And so I stopped. And then some of these like far lefty types were straggling behind. And once they started to walk into the park, this one woman turns around. She goes, "Are you coming? You're going to join us?" And I got really angry. And I was like, they're talking about getting more money for their 6-figure cushy job or whatever as tenured professors. Yeah. And we're talking about war in a foreign country. Yeah. And I just snapped. And I was like, F these people and F anybody who's going to walk away. I'm going to keep walking.
Yeah.
And I was by myself, and I just left. And I was like, that was really disillusioning for me. I was like, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
These people who were marching just joined a strike and then pretended like they knew why any of these people cared. And I was like, get out of here, dude. You have no idea what you're talking about. You've done no research. You have no idea who these people are. You have no idea what they're fighting for. And you just go and stand there.
It's because
morons.
It's because of the cool points. They want to be cool. What's cool? Standing up for the minority, standing up against the man.
It's like one of the guys was talking about needing a car or something. Like his car broken down.
It's like, unless you actually know the research and understand what you're doing, what are you doing?
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.